Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunday night is organ music night. Sorry for the Friday night fiasco. Unfortunately, we just weren't there. We physically weren't there. We'd had a bit of a tough day on Friday. We were away about, I don't know, how far away were we? About 400 and something kilometers away from home. Our little doggy needed some medical attention, and we were there very early on Friday, but unfortunately everything took longer than expected and we didn't get home until very, very late indeed. So apologies, we should have been home earlier, but that's the way these things work. So unfortunately we weren't there for Friday night. So, and yes, before you ask, he's doing fine. It was I don't know how you would describe it, an awkward but necessary procedure, but he's fine. He's doing fine. There you are. Cheers, everybody. So, welcome to Sunday night is organ music night, and tonight we're going to do some catching up. We haven't had a live concert now for over a week. Last Sunday I had a choir concert, a live concert with my church choir, and it was a wonderful success. At least I thought it was, and I think people who were there also thought it would have been as well. For example, Xing Shang Chong was there, Razbaz was there, Ludwig-Erhard-Allee was there, Cassie was there. Anyone else? Anyone else from the Gartshore gang? Were you there and you didn't say hello? Yes, quite a few, well, some of the Gartshore gang members were there and had a wonderful time at the concert. And after the concert, there was a bit of a sort of a social get-together. And we had a chance to have a chat there as well, so that was rather cool. And then they all went to eat burgers in a local burger bar not that far away. And funnily enough, Vanessa and I turned up there about an hour later to get some takeaway burgers ourselves. No, it wasn't McDonald's, it was something much fancier than that. So that was a rather interesting night. So it was wonderful to have, well, first of all, Razbaz and Dominic to have seen you again, Xing Shang Chong also to have seen you again, and of course it was wonderful to have met Cassie and his wonderful daughter for the first time. So there you are. So it was a great fun night. So are there going to be more of these occasions? Who knows? Who knows? We are planning a big get-together next year here in Germany for the entire Gartshore gang, but it's a secret. Oh, damn, I just told you. Sorry about that. Anyway, and then maybe in the future, in a couple of years in the future, we're planning something similar in the United States. How exciting is that going to be? But hey, that's a secret. I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, ignore that. You didn't hear it from me. We started off this evening's concert with a famous German hymn, one of those modern circular fifths hymns, Bewahre uns Gott, behüte uns Gott, number 453 in the grey book of Catholic magnificence, or whatever you want to call it, the German hymn book. A rather wonderful hymn. It gets played regularly. I actually played it last night in the service in Herschbach. It was a request by one of the girls who was serving at the service last night, one of the young girls who was serving there. I asked her, I ask everybody, if we have sort of a regular week, shall we say, where, you know, not one of the feast days or one of the exciting days, I always ask people what are their favourite hymns. So we had the priest's favourite hymn last night, we had the altar girl's favourite hymn last night. Who else did we have? The sacristan. No, she didn't choose one last night. Did she choose one last night? No, we didn't. The guy who did the reading, the lector, did he choose one last night? No, he didn't. So there you are. So we only had a couple last night. What did the priest choose last night? Let's see if I can remember this. Number 377. This is a rather lovely piece of music, actually. It's something very, very different indeed. And it's one of those sort of, it sounds like a very, very, very old melody, but it's not. Well, it is, depending on what part of the world you're from. But it's not one of those ancient melodies from 1562 or something like that. It's actually from, I can't even read that. I need my glasses to read that. Melody, 1853. There you are. 1853. So it's an old melody, but it's not an ancient melody. But it's rather lovely, and you can go all modal on it. What does that mean, going modal on it? Well, it means you can play around with the harmonies and make it sound a lot more exciting than it actually is. For example, Oh, by the way, number 377, it's called O Jesu, all mein Leben bist du. There you are. That's one for Ursa Meyer, because she's busy doing all the exciting things later. She puts in all the timestamps for the concerts, which is very wonderful. Thank you very much, Ursa. We all appreciate it very, very much. And click. Look at this. I'm going to press a button here, and Ursa Meyer will give me a thumbs up for that, because this is something I forget. And if I forget to do it, then I'm in trouble, you see. And then, hold on, I have to go over here to this program. Yes, this is where the excitement begins. Actually, no, I have to go here first and make sure this is the right one. Yes, that's the right one. And then I do this. Ha! Yes, there we are. I haven't forgotten how it all works. There you are. It's quite difficult to do all of these things all by yourself. Vanessa might be joining us later this evening. We're trying to get the little one, the bundle of joy, off to sleep. Number 377, O Jesu. I love that effect. Strings, lots of strings. And then the deepest pedal sounds we have. Lovely sort of right. If you get the right note, it rumbles beautifully. Does this one rumble beautifully? How about this one? There you go. And off it rumbles. I love it. Isn't that a wonderful effect? Organs are amazing things. If you don't know how an organ works, it's basically 4 keyboards. Well, I have 4, you don't have to. You can have 1, you can have 2, you can have 3, you can have 4, you can have 5. Some even have 6. There's 1 or 2 that even have 7. Well, there's 1 that has 7. There used to be 2 that had 7, but there's only 1 left. And you can play really big pipes that sound like this. You can have even bigger pipes that sound even lower than that. And then you can have the same thing down there. You can have pipes that will batter you in the face. You can have lots of them at different octaves. And then you can have soft and gentle sounds. You can have weird sounds. Which sounds like a sort of clarinet on heat. It's weird. You can have strange things like this, which is a sort of false clarinet. This is kind of weird, isn't it? You can have trumpets. You can have, I don't know, you can have things that sound like a harmonium. You can have flutes that sound like horny orchestra players. And so you can have here I can play one note. Look at this. Why is that coupled? It shouldn't be there. One note. I can have this. Why is it still doing that? Oh, that's why it's doing that. I can have this. I can have an octave higher, an octave higher. I can have a 5th lower or a 3rd higher. And I can play all of those at the same time. Isn't that weird? Organs are funny things. You have to be funny persons to play with organs. No, that came out wrong, didn't it? You have to be a strange person to play with the musical instrument called the organ. Yes, you have to be careful how you say those things these days. You could get into trouble. Right, how are we doing this evening, ladies and gentlemen? It's been a long time, so let's have a quick look at the old chit-chat. First of all, however, let's say thank you to our sponsors for this evening, the ticket buyers for this evening. So far this evening, we have had tickets from Werner. Thank you, Werner. That's very kind. From Gabor. Thank you, Gabor. Very kind. From Opus. Thank you very much, Opus. From Donald. Thank you very much, Donald. We have also had from, wonderful, from my friend in Iceland as well, Kristin Petursson in Iceland. I saw your name in the chat there. Oh, I had a request from you come in. I must see if I can find that again. That was in an old email that came in. Alexander, thank you very much, Alexander. Gerald and from Ian as well. That's very kind as well. Oh, and from Joe Humans. Joe Humans, I misread that number on the way past. You naughty boy, Joe Humans. Thank you very much indeed. Good God. Well, that's gonna keep me in chocolate and beer for a little while. Well, it won't keep me in beer because I don't drink any alcohol anymore. Well, I don't drink any less. No, that's not true. I don't drink any alcohol at all really these days. Cam Platts as well. Thank you very much indeed. My goodness me. Right, we're rocking already. That's a certain number of tickets already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 10 already. Well, that's good. That's good. By the way, don't forget, we're going to have, do I still have it? Hold on. Vanessa said I should do this again. Yes, here you go. You ready for this? Ready? And click. Check that out. Ha! 25 tickets, I do secret sight reading. We were going to do this next week, but Vanessa says, no, do it now. 25. If we get to 25 tickets, I have to do some secret sight reading, which means there's a piece of music in a list somewhere that Vanessa has chosen. She's put music out there, and I'm not allowed to touch it, she says. I only noticed that just now. She told me. She just sort of mentioned, there's bits, I want to look, but I can't, I mustn't. There are 3, well, I recognize the book on top, because it's one of my, oh, actually, it might not be. I don't recognize the other 2. There are 3 books of music there. None of them would appear to be Bach, because if we get to 50 tickets this evening, I do some secret Bach sight reading, apparently. Right, that's it. Oh, and hold on. Yes, I have to change something. I have to do this. Oh, for heaven's sake, people. Right, okay. This is where it gets very confusing. Right, copy. This is where we have to get hold of all. This is where we need people to help me in the chat, you see. Right, you ready for this? It's the same message as before, but there's an extra word. There's an extra little sentence here. There you are. Why can't, there we go. Now if I replace the pinned message, there you are. The new pinned message says, want to see Fraser struggle. I think that's nice. I think that's really very kind that you all want to see me struggle for some reason. I don't like struggling. I'm inherently a lazy person. That's almost true, not quite. What am I looking in there for? I shouldn't be looking in there. I should be looking in here. But no, I don't need to look in here, because here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Brown Book of Magnificence in a different format. We have it, ladies and gentlemen. I think, if it worked, we should have it here. There it is. Bingo! Right, now, as you know, we're working through the tunes. Our friend Gleiswanderer, there he is. Our friend Gleiswanderer, who is a wonderfully eccentric member of the gang. We're all eccentric in our own way, but isn't that wonderful? He sent me all these books years ago now, a couple of years back, and we're sort of working our way through the books chronologically and playing these wonderful pieces of music. Now, I call it the Brown Book of Magical Magnificence, or the Brown Book of Magnificence, and we're working on it. So this is number 34, and we skipped over number 34 the other day because it involved a page turn. And I've got a fan going in the background which keeps me nice and cool. It's rather nice. It keeps me nice and cool while I'm playing, and it was blowing at the book and it kept turning pages for me. So, because I'm inherently lazy apparently, we decided to skip it and do number 35. And Gleiswanderer very kindly sent me number 34 as a scan, so I can play it without turning pages. There you are. Struggle, Fraser. Who's this Mephibosheth? Oh my goodness, you've got some incredible names here. I'm guessing that's Uncle Joe that's changed his name for that. Struggle on Dvorak's Lager. Oh, Dvorak's Lager. I'm working on that as a separate little number because it's so beautiful. Joe, our friend Joe, oops, sorry, forgot there was stuff on there. Our friend Joe Humans supplied me with some scores of music, and most of them have landed in the secret sight reading pile. We were going to call it Cauliflower of the Week, Month, Year, whatever. We're not going to do that now. We're going to call it something else. It's going to be See Fraser Struggle, I think. That's what it's going to be. And no, but this is something we're going to do. This is something we're going to do as a separate video. Joe sent me the Jonathan Scott arrangement of Dvorak's the Largo from his New World Symphony, which is an absolutely beautiful piece of music, but it requires so many registration changes. It's not something you can sort of immediately sight read and do like that. So I'm going to do a dedicated video of it for Joe because it's a wonderful piece of music. And as Joe was rather generous this evening, I think I will do it sooner than later. So there we have it. Right, now, anyway, back to the Brown Book of Magical Magnificence. Let's pop it there so you can see it. This is number 34. Unserem Namen gemäß wandeln. Oh, that's one of those crazy sentences in German that starts with a dative. So I have no, someone else translate that. I have no idea. Anyway, here it is. And it looks to me like a bit of a march. I love hymns that can be played as marches. You can have great fun with them, and you can definitely sort of romp along. I think we should do some romping along in this one, and I'm going to add some special effects. I love those tunes. You can have so much fun with them. That's like a national anthem, isn't it? Number 34. I like it. Did anyone describe it? Anyone describe it? Right, people out there are doing all sorts of exciting things with memberships this evening. Cam Platz and now Jerry Martin have been purchasing memberships to the channel. This is very kind of you. Thank you very much indeed. I wonder who the new members are. I don't even know how this works. So I do thank you all very much. This is very exciting. All these wonderful new members. Applause, applause. Oh, my friend Jim Cascagnette is back again. Jim Cascagnette. I love that name. I'm sorry, Jim, but that really is one of the best names in the world. Wonderful. We love it. Yes. So congratulations if you have become a new member, thanks to Jerry or Cam. That's really rather exciting. By the way, talking of members, let's talk about subscribers. We are getting, hold on, can I see it on my list? No, I can't. Where can I see it? Can I see it on that one? Nope. Right. Let's have a poke over here. Oh, here's a Vanessa. Hello. Are we up to 25? Are we up to 25 already? We can't be up to 25 already. No, we're not. I told them that you give me some secret music, but I'm not allowed to look. I beg your pardon? No, we're nowhere near it. And the secret Bach will never get the secret Bach. So that's good. I'm happy about that. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're up to 12. So that's fine. We're safe. We're definitely safe. Thank you, by the way. Thank you very much to František, which is a wonderful name. Oh, and thank you also for your email with some interesting hymns. That's very kind. I will be looking at those and I will be including those in our hymn of the week, which will be back this week. So that's rather exciting. Julian as well. Thank you very much indeed. Julian, František, and everyone else so far. Thank you very much. Okay, good. Ha, right. Willst du? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, who wants Vanessa to join us? Bleibst du hier oben? Du gehst runter. Okay, Vanessa is about to disappear. That means I need the chat here and that and the thing. I need an extra device. Do I need an extra device? I have to do it here. Und du? Kannst du von deinem Handy aus schreiben? She says no, she can't. That's a shame. Okay, everyone's saying hello, Vanessa. Everyone's saying hello, Vanessa. Right, yes, exactly. Joel got it. Yes, we are at, ladies and gentlemen. Now, don't cheat, by the way. Don't cheat. Don't unsubscribe and resubscribe because YouTube notices that and then is very is not very nice about it. So if you are already a subscriber to the channel, don't unsubscribe and resubscribe. Obviously, that will mess up the numbers anyway. But we are currently at 49,965. At least we were as we started this evening's stream concert. That's the word I'm looking for. So 35 new subscribers to go. So what I suggest you do: phone a friend. Phone family members and tell them just to subscribe to the channel. And let's see if we can get Jim, $20 from Jim. Thank you very much, Jim. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Very kind. Wow, thank you. Yeah, nice. 35, yes, we need 35 new subscribers. And we've hit the 50,000 subscriber mark. And when we hit the 50,000 subscriber mark, not immediately obviously, but when we hit the 50,000 subscriber mark, you get 2 pieces of music from me. You get the famous Cha Cha Cha. You get the Vidor Toccata, which is an absolutely beautiful, delicious piece of music, and one of the most beautiful pieces of music ever written for organ, the Cortège et Litanie by Marcel Dupré, which is difficult. It's not difficult to play the notes. The notes are the easy part, but turning it into a coherent, momentum-filled piece of music, that's the difficult part. And also you need big hands, you need tenths in both hands and all that sort of thing. I can stretch a few tenths, but not all of them. I can do the sort of the easy tenths, which is fine. Sometimes I need a little hand, but some of them I can just hit like that. And that's fine because you need those for that piece of music, so that's good. There we go. Who dis? Maido. I love that. I love your name as well. Yeah, that's why he did that, because he knows I love his name. So is it him? I'm guessing. Maido Hiema. A wonderful name from Estonia. So thank you very much indeed. We are so international, aren't we? What country are you all from? I know we've got Iceland watching. I know we've got Estonia watching. I know we've obviously got Germany, USA, UK, Bavaria. To some Germans, that's a separate country. Wales is watching. There you are. Wales is watching. Who else? What other countries are watching? I wonder. František, you're from the Czech Republic, aren't you? Is that right? Yes, so that's the Czech Republic watching as well. That's rather exciting. Any Canadians watching? Any French people watching? Any Austrians? Any Swiss people? Well, Razbaz isn't. Are you in Switzerland this weekend? Is he watching? Yeah, let me know from what country you are watching from. Matt Leach is from California. Well, that's definitely the United States. It should be. Oh, Jerry. A tip for Vanessa. Vanessa, from Jerry. Vanessa says yes. So that's very kind. Okay, willst du das dann mitnehmen? Okay, who wants Vanessa back in the chat? You tell me what countries you're all from. US, Ireland. Penne. What do you mean with penne? That's it, yes, that's something you want to eat. I would like to eat that. Denmark, Curacao. Panlomito is from Curacao. Is he originally from Curacao? I don't think so. Julian Cleek, generate another email address and create a new account to subscribe. No, that's cheating. I want you to be honest. I don't want cheating subscribers. I want honest subscribers. I want 50,000 honest subscribers. We could all open up 5 different accounts and do that. That's cheating. No cheating in the United Kingdom, please. Germany, Bonn. Yes to Vanessa in chat. There you are. Gilbert Kalb, WW. You mean Westerwald, don't you? That's cool. Ich höre aus Chile zu. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. We've got, all right, people are going with all these exciting things. Franken. Tickets, please. Get your tickets. Belgium. Ah, wonderful. Belgium, famous for chocolate and chips. Yes. More Bavaria. California is its own country. Ah, well, in that case, the Gartshore gang is its own nationality. There we are. Greetings from the Czech Republic. Ha, there you are, you see, I remember these things. If you have a wonderful name, I will remember you forever. Schwabenland, says Opus 3. Okay, right, I'm giving up my laptop and Vanessa is joining us in the chat. Nancy, hello Nancy, that's very kind of you. Nancy from Chicagoland is ticketing as well, that's very kind, thank you Nancy. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, we're getting there. Right, anyway, music. Tonight's concert is called Music, 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 and that, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, is a piece of music. Music, music, music. I played that many hundreds of thousands of years ago. Ooh. Another. Joe Humans, a tip for Vanessa. Thank you, Joe. Wow. Thank you, Joe. That's very kind. Vanessa, hast du das gesehen? Joe. Muss gucken. Für dich, nicht für mich. Right, I have to check the chat, folks, which means I have to come out here. Oh, look at that. It tells me immediately. Yeah, I always get this funky guy who plays some sort of cheesy old things there on this. Let's get rid of him. We don't want him with his things there. Right, what are we doing here? It's all about the bass, says someone here. Right, I went back. Let's go back to Chile. That's where we're. Belgium, there we are. Bavaria. USA, Czech Republic, Germany, USA, Mannheim. That's still Germany. I want countries, people. Countries. Countries. Put another nickel in the Nickelodeon. Well done, Jez. Put another nickel in the Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon. Wonderful old word there. Oh, Vanessa's doing her thing now, you see. There we are. All right. Any more countries? No more countries? No more countries. Okay, everyone's doing the Vanessa thing now. There we are. Den kriege ich auch immer als Werbung. Yeah, he's really freaky, isn't he? He's a bit cheesy. He's crazy. We like cheese, though, don't we, everybody? Right, now. That put me off now. Vanessa coming upstairs. Vanessa is a treat for the eyes at all times. Number 80. There we are. Number 86. A wonderful Sierra Leone. We had someone from Sierra Leone before. Good Chappie is back. Hello, Good Chappie. Nice to see you back. Lovely to see you back, in fact. Oh, by the way, someone was asking recently. There's someone else from Switzerland. Bala. Hello, Bala. I'm from Switzerland. Hello. What then? Ticket. Ja. Ja, ich habe es gerade gesehen. Oh, okay, hold on. Really? Really? I didn't see. Where's this coming in? Have you clicked them in? Oh, from the other account. Dominic? Dominic, thank you very much. Dominic and Cassie. Dominic B and Cassie. Thank you very much, both of you. They donated something to the other account. Oh, Dominic. Oh, right. We shouldn't have said that then. Dominic is a secret watcher from a long time ago. That's good. Well, thank you very much indeed. That's very kind of you. Wonderful. Ja, selbstverständlich. Du kannst das normale wieder reinmachen. Oh, Vanessa's joining us from her office next door, which is rather exciting. What was I talking about? I was talking about Good Chappie, wasn't I? Hello, Good Chappie. Cheeky Chappie. No, Good Chappie. Yeah, welcome back to Good Chappie. We haven't seen you for a couple of weeks. That's very good that you're back. And good taste. Someone was asking me technical questions. And something I do in some of my improvisations, and it's just, the simple answer is practice. It's something I do, and I only do it in a few keys. I do it in C major, I do it in B flat major, I do it in A flat major, I do it in D flat major, I do it in E flat major. I do it in any sharp key. I don't do it in any sharp keys, no. And it's playing scales in thirds. What does that mean? Well, it means in thirds. So you have your scale note, so C major, and a third above. The only difference is I do it in one hand. Okay? And I do this in E flat or B flat. Yeah? And the easiest one to do, believe it or not, is E flat major. Okay? And what I do, excuse me, tasty beverage time. I beg your pardon? Philip Augustine, thank you very much. Wonderful. Yes, so practice your scales in thirds. And the more you practice them, the faster you get. The trick is, if you can play something slowly, then with time, you'll be able to play it quickly. It's quite simple. Just practice, practice. D flat. That's a D flat major third scale with C major in the thumb. The trick is to do it without looking. Where's my E flats? There. That's the trick, okay? Right, anyway, go for it. Here's a piece of music that was requested an awfully long time ago by, I can't remember, I think it was Robin, but I can't remember, I do apologize. One of the loveliest old hymns there is. This will be a copyright feast from hell, probably. Might get away with it. Sometimes these things are copyrighted, sometimes they're not. This one could legitimately be, because the composer only died in 1962. The composer was Mr. John Ireland, and the melody in question is the most beautiful Love Unknown. My song is Love Unknown. This is one of the most beautiful hymn tunes ever, and I haven't played it for hundreds of years. I love that melody. Ah, absolutely delicious. The harmonies in that melody. You don't have to do much to embellish that one. You really don't. But you can if you want to. There's something marvelous. John Ireland with that name, but wonderful. It's like Gustav Holst. Everyone thinks Gustav Holst was from like Norway or something, but no, English composers. John Ireland, the same. But there's something about, hold on, let's not go quite bombastic here, but there's something about that, there's that bit where it suddenly, it starts off very, yeah, wonderful. And it just sort of takes you from the tonic to the dominant. Okay, don't need to worry about that, that's just what it does. It doesn't do anything particularly exciting at that point. There's a couple of notes, held notes, suspensions they're called, or suspenders as one of my old naughty lecturers used to say. Jerry knows who I'm talking about. But that note in the middle, it starts there, and then it goes, it sort of resolves down, it's suspended, it's holding there, suspended, and then sort of hanging on, and then it lets go, yeah? And there's a few of those in this piece of music. Let's find another one. Ha 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 ha. The other one is, actually it's later after that thing. So anyway, there's your funny suspender there. Up to that point, it's all fairly standard stuff. It could easily have gone. It could have done that, but no. John Ireland wanted to take us by surprise. So he went suspender. Ah, gorgeous, okay? Suspense. Talking about suspense and exciting things like that. Thank you to Jeff. Thank you to Jeff. Jeff, who very, very kindly donated something via our bank details. If you check the video's description below, you will find international banking details. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have become members of the international banking community. We have accounts in the United States. We have accounts in Germany land, and we have an account in the United Kingdom as well. Gosh, exciting. It's actually not. It's one of those international things that all sort of does it for you. I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon? Oh, no, I'm not checking my tickets at all. Sorry. What have I missed? Oh, I've missed a few. Oh my God. Wo muss ich anfangen? Philip, thank you, Philip. Wolfgang. Thank you, Wolfgang. Who does? Stefan, thank you, Stefan. And who does? Andrew, thank you, Andrew. That's very kind. How many do we have now? Oh. No, we're not at 25 yet. 1, 2, 3. That doesn't count. No, it doesn't. It doesn't count. Doesn't count. Doesn't count. Doesn't count. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, bugger. I pressed the wrong button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 22. Why 22? Vanessa's got that evil look on her eyes. She wants me to struggle. Bach, no, Bach is 50. 50 tickets for Bach, forget it. I'm not playing Bach for any less than 50 tickets. Sod that for a game of soldiers. Definitely not.
Ja gut, da sind noch von Alexander von letzten 22.
All right. We're going to include on...
Dann haben wir noch von Cassie das, was auch dann anderes und dann noch von dem.
You're right. Oh no, you're right. So we're at 20...
24. Fehlt noch eins.
24, says Vanessa, because we forgot about the other account. You're right, 24. Yeah, right, one more to go. Damn it. And then, well, all right, which one do I do? 1, 2, or 3? You've put 3 pieces of music there. Which one do I do? 1, 2, or 3?
Ich sag das 3.
3. Am I allowed to look now?
Okay.
Am I allowed to look? 1, 2, 3. What is this? Oh, this is Dvorak.
Ach, hast du das von Yellowbird auch?
No.
Nein, das ist
Oh my
nicht
God.
Hast du das nicht ausgedruckt?
It's probably in there.
Nee, das ist unten auf
Dum, da, da, dum, 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 da, da, dum, 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 dum.
Soll ich das auch?
I can do it. No, it's in here. It's in the thing.
So, hast du das
Fourscore. I put it in Fourscore. Yeah.
So spät? Nein.
All right, one more ticket, ladies and gentlemen, and then I play a piece of music by Louis Vierne. Haha. Okay, I have to sight read something by Louis Vierne. Welcher Satz? Haben die gesagt, welcher Satz? Erster. Erster. Erster, zweiter, dritter, vierter, fünfter. This is actually a... Sod it. Who's this? Frank. Thank you, Frank. Frank has a different name, but thank you, Frank. Number 25. Damn it. All right, thank you, Frank. I'll tell you what, we'll do number 1, because that's... Actually, it's all incredibly difficult to do.
Von Yellowbird schon gespielt?
For heaven's sake. This is choir music, Vanessa. Okay, this is fun. I beg your pardon, have I played from? I will do that, yes, I will. We're going to move over to the fun stuff later. Okay, oh, look, can I look at the other ones? I recognize the one in the middle. Ah, well then you have to take those away and turn them around so I can't see them. Okay, there we are. She's cheating. Okay,
Was wolltest du denn sagen?
hold on, microphone off because I need to find some details. Hold on. Right. Okay, I've got the story here, and the person.
Das ist ja nach dem Zufall.
Okay, I don't know because I was speaking to Vera. I don't know how she does this. She does this at random, and she literally does it at random. And this is very random. This is a piece of music I've never actually played, but I've sung. So there you are. I'll work that one out. This is for someone called Marco, but it's not Razbaz. It's another Marco that I don't recognize the name of, but we're just going to use his first name, Marco. And Marco requested this piece of music in February. Okay, Torsten. Thank you, Torsten. A new ticket. We're now at 26. We're on our way to 50 for Bach. And don't forget, we stop at midnight. We're at 26. Vanessa, 26. Hast du gesehen? Okay. And Marco requested something. Vanessa can't remember. She just put out a piece of music. He requested something from the Messe Solennelle, the Solemn Mass in C-sharp minor by Louis Vierne. Now, the weird thing about this piece of music is it's written for 2 organs and choir. So, yeah, this is sight reading, because normally I would get a piece of organ music to sight read, but no, I get a piece of music now to sight read for 2 organs, and choir. So I don't know, shall we do the first movement? Let's do the first movement, the Kyrie eleison. Kyrie eleison. And this is, I do know that, I know this from recordings. It's absolutely wonderful. Now what we need a full organ. This was, Louis Vierne, don't forget, was the organist of Notre Dame in Paris. So he would have been sitting at the big organ upstairs, the 5-manual organ, and in his day it was still the 5-manual organ with the horseshoe console. It looked very much like the Saint-Sulpice console, very much. Louis Vierne would have been upstairs, and somebody else, I honestly don't know who the choir organist would have been in those days. They would have been sitting downstairs at the choir organ. The choir organ now is played by Yves Castagnier, and the upstairs organ, the big organ, is played by either Olivier Lettré, Philippe Lefebvre, or Vincent Dubois. Not at the moment, though, because they're all kind of out of a job because the cathedral burnt down a few years ago, remember that? But they're getting there, very, very slowly but surely, they're getting it back together. And very soon, next year, the organs will be sounding again. I wonder will they perform this piece of music? Ooh. All right, so let's see if we can do this. I'm going to play the Kyrie, of the Messe Solennelle in C-sharp minor by Louis Vienne, dedicated to Theodore Dubois. I didn't know that, but now we do. It's a wonderful piece of music. It's very loud, it's very bombastic and crashy. And yeah, let's see what we can do. And you have to imagine there's a choir singing as well, okay? Let's see what this sounds like then. Right, Marco, thank you for requesting this, and thank you all for buying tickets and watching me struggle. Here we are, time to start struggling. Here we go. I was going to look at this. I was going to start playing French organs. I was going to play the bottom manual. I have to play this one on this one. All right, here we are. My brain. difficult to wonder to work out what to play. You've got two organs crashing about. For example, at the end there, I didn't know what to do. It's a wonderful piece of music, isn't it? It's crazy. It's big and crashy and wonderful. The quiet stuff up here, that was supposed to be the choir organ, and this is obviously the big organ. But towards the end, for example, the choir organ is doing this. And the choir is sort of, they're singing in unison. Now this is just the choir organ, yeah? But all the while that's going on, the choir is belting it out fortissimo, the choir organ is belting it out fortissimo, and the big organ, the large organ, is doing offbeats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, I like that one. Ooh, I prefer it like that one. Oh my goodness, what's this? I like that. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Yes. D major. Suspended. Major. And then... I love big crashy chords. Crashy chords are great fun. What you do is, you tell your fingers C sharp minor and you go like that. Then it says C sharp minor a third higher, so you do that. Then it says, what the hell is that? Then it says F sharp minor there. Then C sharp minor again up there. Oh, where's my left hand? Oops. There you go. That one. And then what the hell is that? That's kind of cool. This is D sharp major 7. D sharp, so E flat in other words. Yeah? Gosh, you've got to know what your hands are doing for this kind of thing. I always tell my pupils, feel for the notes. B minor, C sharp, well it's not, it's a half diminished. B, the D major bit. Yeah? It's always important to know where your hands are, know where the fingers are, know where your keys are. Oops. That kind of thing, yeah? Feel for the notes. Then it means you can concentrate on what the hell's going on in the music. Well, thank you very much, Marco. That's very, very interesting stuff. This is a very wonderful piece of music. I have a recording. Of Pierre Cochereau playing this. He's playing the big organ, obviously, and he's going absolutely bananas. For example, the next movement, the Gloria in Excelsis Deo, it's pretty fast, and it sort of does this kind of... Oh, this is kind of... And he belts in there. He's got the whole organ going completely, because you can't hear the choir on the recording because he's so loud. Yeah, that kind of stuff on the Notre Dame organ with the proper chamade pipes, you know, that's madness. That's madness. Now, imagine performing this kind of music. You've got the big organ up in the west, you've got the choir organ right down in the east, probably behind the altar mainly, and then the choir somewhere down there. Yeah? There's a huge amount of room between them. So how do you do this? How do you logistically perform this piece of music? Well, I can tell you that because I, many years ago, got to perform the Vidor Mass in F sharp minor. Which is a wonderful piece of music. Vidor's Mass in F sharp minor. I got to perform it in Saint-Sulpice, where Vidor was organist back in the 1930s. Well, and before he died in the 1930s, but anyway. And I got to perform it. I got to play the big organ, but I got to play for the Mass, I got to play the choir organ. Now the choir organ in Saint-Sulpice is obviously right at the very sort of altar end of the church. And everyone knows the big kavai called organ up in the west end of the church. And the concert was amazing. We had about 200 people singing in the choir. We got various choirs from around the Bonn area where I was at the time. And we all bussed over to Paris and had a weekend. On the Saturday, we performed a concert of Vidor's music for 2 organs and choir. And we also had a male voice choir with us, because some of his music is written for mixed choir, male voice choir, and 2 organs. How over the top can you get? How French can you get? Wonderful. So anyway, and we went to Paris to perform this in Saint-Sulpice, in the actual church where Vidor performed these things himself. It was an amazing experience, and I got to meet Daniel Roth, who was organist in Saint-Sulpice for many, many years. He only retired about a year ago. And Daniel was, of course, playing the big organ, and I was playing the little organ. So I met with Daniel on the Friday night, and we sort of talked through everything and worked everything out. And he asked me about the conductor. He said, is the conductor any good? Actually, he said it in his Daniel Roth voice, which is the conductor any good? Which is the way he talks. It's wonderful. He talks like Peter Lorre. Anyway, and is the conductor any good? And I said, he's a good conductor, but he doesn't make very big movements. He's a sort of a feely conductor, one of those who conducts everything in front of his face like that. So Daniel said, oh, this will not be good. How are we going to do this? Daniel Roth, for those of you who don't know, is an absolutely wonderful guy, wonderful organist, but he needs his glasses, right? And he's sitting at the 5-manual console, staring up at the music here. And at the same time, we set up a monitor here. Now, in those days, this is the year, what year was this? 2001, I think? Yeah, it must have been 2001. We had a monitor set up there so that Daniel could see the conductor. Now, the monitor was like an old sort of, literally just a tiny little monitor, so maybe 10-inch square, something like that. Now, and of course, the camera, because the monitor system, we didn't have radio monitoring and that kind of thing. So the camera for the monitor system was up at the big organ as well, looking down towards the altar space. So the conductor was about this size on the monitor screen, yeah? So Daniel was looking up at the music here, up past the 5th manual, squinting up at the music there, and then squinting over at this thing. And there was this tiny little guy conducting in front of his face. And of course the camera was picking only up from behind, so he couldn't see anything. So during the rehearsal, I said to the conductor, I said, can you make sure you make sort of sweeping movements out to the side? If you're conducting, just conduct out to the side. Wave your arms around, get the armpits all nice and aired out. Make some waves. And the first couple of beats and bars, he did that, but his hands kept, sort of coming back to his nose. And behind the choir organ console in Saint-Sulpice, there's a telephone, an old-fashioned, windy telephone. Ring, ring. I picked up the telephone. Fraser, what is he doing? I cannot see anything. So this was Daniel. So I said, I know, I'm sorry, I don't know what to do. So, okay. So I said, hey, make some more. He can't see you. We have no idea what's going on. And if he listens to what's going on, he's going to be miles behind us because of the time delay, because of the choir organ and the big organ. It's not going to work. It's going to be an absolute disaster. Now, this conductor, he may have been a wonderful conductor, but he was an artiste. And he was not to be criticized, and certainly not to be criticized by a 28-year-old Scottish upstart. And so he went off in a huff. He went and had a cigarette break and came back. So during the cigarette break, Daniel Roth came downstairs. Now, if you've ever been in Saint-Sulpice, it's a huge church. It's enormous. So he walked all the way down the stairs, all the way to the front of the church, and said to everyone, good evening, everybody. It's so wonderful that you are all here. I love it. It's wonderful. The music is amazing. I cannot see a bloody thing. I do not know what is going on. Can you tell your conductor he must make big noises so I can see him? Okay. So the conductor came back in, and Daniel said, Mr. Conductor, I bet you are a wonderful conductor, the best conductor in the universe. But if I cannot see you, you could be the worst conductor in the world. Make a big noise just for me. And this went on and on and on for about half an hour. And the conductor kept, he kept trying to make big sounds, and it kept going on like this. And it was getting bad. The phone rang again. I said, I know, I've told him. How are we going to do this? I said, I don't know how we're going to do this. We have a problem. He can't move his arms beyond the side of his nose. We're having a problem. So Daniel said, okay, count to me over the phone. I said, what? He said, yeah, you have to count to me. So I had the phone balanced on my shoulder. I was playing the choir organ like this with the phone balanced here, and I was going, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then Daniel went. Yeah, and then I was going 1, 2, and the whole time throughout the concert and the mass on Sunday morning. I had the telephone here for the concert. I actually got someone to hold the phone to my ear. I got some random person from the audience to come and hold the phone on my ear so I could go, ready? 1, 2. And we ignored the conductor. We just ignored him completely. Absolutely ignored him. And Daniel and I did all the work together via telephone. And the choir was instructed to just sing with the organs. Yeah, simple as that. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So there you are. So it's not the Vierne story, but it's the Vidor story. But it was frightening experience, but a wonderful experience at the same time. I have a picture. I don't have it here, obviously. I'll dig it out for some other time. I have a picture after the concert of I was so thin in those days. I'm standing outside Saint-Sulpice on a beautiful sunny day. I look like a Polish refugee. I've got my head was shaved. I've got square glasses, and I was very thin. That's no disrespect to any Polish person, but it's just the way I look. I'm standing there, and Daniel Roth is standing next to me, squinting in the sun. And on the other side is Sophie Courchefin-Chopin, who is also the organist. She's one of the main organists now at Saint-Sulpice. She was then as well, and she was assisting Daniel at the big console during the concert as well. So anyway, I'll see if I can dig out that photo and pop it up for you, because it's well, first of all, incredible how I was so thin in those days, but also rather wonderful. That I got to play this magnificent music in Saint-Sulpice all those years ago. So there you are. So thank you, Marco, for your bizarre request with the Vierne. That reminded me of that wonderful time. We have a recording of it as well, actually. I'll see if I can find the recording of it. Shall I do a podcast about that? That would be a good idea. I've actually thought about doing podcasts. So maybe we'll do that. I have to find the recording. And also, actually, my favorite part of the entire thing, I have to get my headphones on for this, was during the Mass. You have to sort of play a few notes for some people to sing the introductions to the Mass part. So the Gloria in excelsis Deo, all that kind of stuff. And I can't remember what key we did it in, but I had to introduce that. And I was just, the guy sort of said, and I just went, oh shit. And I just did something like that, yeah. And I just sort of my sort of automatic. At the time, I wasn't playing sort of for that kind of service on a regular basis, so I wasn't. Sort of, what do I do? And that kind of stuff. And on the recording, it sounds. It's so simple, but it sounds like it's one of the most beautiful sounding little organ introductions you've ever heard in your life. And it's just me pulling out a stop on the choir organ, and then this guy singing it a semitone lower, basically, and then the choir going crazy. Anyway, there you are. Right. Gosh, yes. Actually, who wants a sort of podcast of my anecdotes? I'll do a video podcast. I'm not going to sit there with a microphone and sort of just record voices, but who would be interested in anecdotal videos of my crazy past? Who fancies that? Right, over to you. Who fancies that? Who fancies that? What on earth are we going to do now? I think actually what we're going to do now, sorry Opus 3, but we're going to have some fun and we're going to go and dig out some jazz. Ping! We need to do that. Yes to podcast. Jim says sure. Mirabelos says, haha. Christine says yes as well. Well, that's kind of good. We've had a couple of requests. Just write about them. Oh, for heaven's sake, I'm not going to write about them. That's far too much work. I don't write things, I talk. I'm a bletherer. There we go. I'm a bletherer. Blethering is good fun. Ah, here it is. Right. Okay. A long time ago, our friend Yellowbird requested this piece of music, and he wrote to me and said, remember what this was all about? However, these things get copyright requested or copyright claimed, so you have to make up for it, Yellowbird. You have to make up for it. Copyright claims means I don't get paid for tonight. As simple as that. A piece of music by Andrew Lloyd Webber. I think it had something to do with football, didn't it? 1978. Right, the Argentine melody, Canción de Argentina, or however you pronounce that, in Espanol. And yes, there you are, a piece of music in C major and D flat major. I made up the harmonies and the rhythms at the end there. A little homage to Leonard Bernstein. Against 2 in the style of America. Why did I play that in C sharp? That should be in C. You need the enough. Right, sorry. I'm getting carried away. I haven't played for such a long time. I need to get carried away. And what better way than with music? Ooh, what's been happening in the old chit-chat there? 12 months, there you are, a long time ago. Gosh. Ian, seek your beak, deek your beak. What are you talking about? What on earth is going on here? Oh my goodness. My mother and Ian are talking about local or Dingwall goodies. I like to be in America. Europe is great also. Is it? All right, sorry, I don't need that. Right. How we do? I want to keep an eye on the chat, but I also want my music, so I can't do both, so we have to do it this way. Damn it. Damn it, Janet. I need my second iPad. I don't have a second iPad anymore. I need a second iPad. Do I need a second? It's first world problem. Do I need a second iPad? I don't think so. Right, let's get into the M's tonight. We had a request for, there it is. We had a request for Duke Ellington's. Duke Ellington's this one. This is a lovely old piece of music. And you can play this as a trio sonata. So there you are. So Opus 3, if you're still watching, I'm going to play a trio sonata on a theatre organ, and I'm going to improvise it. It's Duke Ellington and Barney Bigard, Mood Indigo from 1930. Trio. Get ready for this. I need to find, I think we'll do that actually. That would work. There you are. That's weird. A trio sonata thing in in a theatre organ style. I wonder, has that ever been done before? I wonder. Yeah, let's do this. Cam Platts loves his Glenn Miller music. And I think as it's getting late, it's almost midnight, ladies and gentlemen, as it's getting late, somewhere in the world, the moon will be out, which means we can sing to the moon, which means we can serenade the moon, which means we can have a moonlight serenade. Let's see if we can get our saxophony sounds. That's the one we're looking for. Pressing buttons, and I don't have to. Vanessa's doing it for me. Moonlight Serenade, a cute and slushy song. Quite like that. Four-finger legato. Difficult. Let's do a three-finger legato. Cam's good. Cam's good at the old three-finger technique, so we'll do a three-finger legato instead. Isn't that exciting? I love it. And we're going to do one more. Let's do one. Let's not do that. Actually, we could do that one. One of the last pieces of music ever written by Mr. Thomas Fats Waller. Yeah, now Fats Waller was very, famous for his stride piano music. And he had huge hands, which means he was stretched tenths. I have to use pedals and a left hand to do that. However, Fats would do that all by himself. Very clever, very talented, very drunk guy, basically. And towards the end of his life, he didn't live very long. He was 39 years old when he died. He died of pneumonia following malnourishment after incredible alcoholism, basically, and died of pneumonia on a train from New York to Kansas City, or from Kansas City back to New York, one or the other. He was on a train and he died during the night. Quite tragic. But he left us with amazing music that sort of changed jazz, basically. It sort of turned it from this rough and ready kind of thing from down south into a very sophisticated, polished thing from up north. And Fats Waller was very, very, very clever at taking a simple idea and turning it into a wonderful song. And this is one of his last ones. This is something called Moppin' and Boppin'. I'm hopping and a bop, and do they bang. Wonderful stuff from the world, from the pen of Fats Waller. Well, folks, it's 8 minutes past midnight, which means Vanessa and I turn into pumpkins. So we're going to sod off and have a lazy Sunday night now. Well, that's not true at all, because it's now Monday morning in this part of the world, which means it's time for us to say goodbye. So tonight we're going to play something else. We're not going to play Bye Bye Blues. We're going to play, if I can find it, begins with I. It must be here somewhere. There we are. There it is. I'll be seeing you in all those old familiar places. Wonderful piece of music. There's a crazy old guy called Jimmy Scott. Remember Jimmy Scott? Not Jimmy Scott, the blind clarinetist from EUROZONE, which is near Inverness. No, not that Jimmy Scott. Another Jimmy Scott, a singer. With an incredible voice, incredible voice. I once got to perform this piece of music with that Jimmy Scott, and it was really rather bizarre. I'll be seeing you from Mr. Fane and Mr. Cahell from 1938. I'll be seeing you, as requested by Border Collie. We need to find, that's not good, that's definitely not good, we need to, that's quite nice, let's have that, sort of an accordion sort of sound. This sound, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, is caused by various colour reads on a theatre organ, and it sounds a bit clarinety, doesn't it? But it sounds clarinety because I've got those stops there. Now it doesn't sound clarinety. Now it will if I do that again. There we are. I am using a French trumpet, a French horn, a clarinet, a crommet, a saxophone, a canura, an orchestral oboe, and various tibias at various pitches to provide you with this weird but wonderful sound. I'll be seeing you in all those old familiar places, and we will be seeing each other on Tuesday for Hymn of the Week, on Thursday for some boogie woogie, oh exciting stuff, and then Friday night is music night again. Now I now have a stand for the piano, the new piano. The stand finally arrived after years of order. I'm going to stop ordering things from that place because it takes ages. Remember I ordered these headphones, it took me about 6 weeks to arrive. Well, it wasn't quite, but it was about that. But the stand for the piano took, that's the word I was looking for, took forever to arrive as well. But here it is now, so we could, I could sort of swing round. More on that next time, yes. Actually, Blackmagic, my favorite company, Blackmagic Design, they just announced some new products. They announced some small cameras with micro four thirds lens mounts. So small cameras means intimate, up close kind of stuff. I do have more big cameras, but we have no, I only have big lenses for them, and you can't set them up anywhere in this stupid tiny little room. Those of you who have been in this room know that. But they now have these new little cameras, so let's look into that. That could be something to look into. Anyway, I'll be seeing you. If we don't see you through the week, I'll see you through a window. Well, folks, that was Sunday night is organ music night. What a beautiful piece of music. I'll be seeing you. Lovely stuff. Well, we have to do it, don't we? We have to have the bye-bye blues at the end. We absolutely have to. And I think we'll have a sort of a fun bye-bye blues tonight. See you for soon, folks. See you very soon. I hope you have a wonderful start to the new week and look forward to seeing you online very soon.